His bedroom still perfectly in place.
When Jace walked into a room, you could feel it.
Filled with his favorite things.
Adventurous, and he was super smart.
And reminders of faith and a horseshoe for good luck at his doorway.
He was kind, he was patient, he was understanding.
Jace, a 5th grader at St. Edward, died in an ATV accident in April, doing what he loved in one of his favorite places. Despite the grief, his parents Patrick and Lindley Coleman do not ask why.
Why comes without the understanding of what happens next.
They are forever grateful for the 11 years they had with their son.
Understanding that everything happens for a reason, and I don't always get to question the reasons involved. That's faith.
But it doesn't make this loss easy. However, for this Derby family, there came a small turning point when Jace's Road, the horse bearing their son's name, made it into the Derby.
Jace loved animals, had a spiritual connection with animals.
This week, Jace's parents and little sister Cameron were invited to meet Jace's Road, providing a moment of relief from their grief.
The feelings that we felt that day, I hadn't experienced excitement in almost 30 days of joy, and we got to feel all of those emotions.
Not a day goes by the Coleman family doesn't think about Jace. They're reminded of him in quiet moments and randomly out of the blue. But they want others to take away this message from his life.
Focus on the good things in life. And be grateful for everything.
The same message recorded in a Build-A-Bear for his little sister.
Focus on the good things in life. And be grateful for everything.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
With arms wrapped around each other, shoulders to lean on, familiar faces to hug.
We're all very heartbroken.
In the heart of downtown,
welcome to the Muhammad Ali Center Plaza.
Louisvillians took time to try and heal their hearts.
This is our home.
Honoring the 5 people who walked into Old National Bank Monday morning and were killed.
We lost colleagues, friends, mentors.
In the crowds of hundreds were Old National Bank workers like Ellen Nichols.
I feel a lot of things. Most of it's guilt, knowing that I should have been there.
Nichols was home Monday morning with her newborn daughter. She has been on maternity leave.
And I had a friend in law enforcement that called me and said, "Ellen, where are you at?" And I said, "I'm at home." He said, "Oh, thank God, because there's a shooter at your bank. And it's not good."
Nichols should be planning to return to work May 1st. Instead, she's left grieving her co-workers.
But just knowing that I was supposed to be there and I get to see another day and my colleagues don't, it's very guiltful.
She sat with co-workers and strangers as pastors, rabbis, doctors, politicians all tried to offer words of comfort.
I believe in heaven, which means that while the body is mortal, the soul is eternal. And Tommy, I will see you again, and we will see all of these incredible individuals again.
While there are still so many questions about why these 5 people's lives were taken, the focus right now is on remembering them.
That's what we all need, is just prayers, love, support.
Police tape still wrapped around this tree where neighbors say this road was blocked off all of Thursday morning. Kentucky State Police say on Wednesday they came and found 1 man dead outside of this house and 2 women dead inside.
It's really eye-opening.
On High Plains Road in Breckinridge County, you will see few cars pass up the winding road.
It's a pretty peaceful place.
But it was the opposite of peaceful across the street from David Carroll's home Thursday morning. Officers were sent to the home Wednesday night to do a welfare check. When they arrived, police found 3 dead bodies and 2 dead dogs. Police say Tyler Waymeyer is the suspect, saying he admitted to the killings and moving 2 of the bodies. Carroll said Waymeyer lived in the home but didn't know his relationship to the victims.
He never really come across as weirdo or anything. Seemed like he was a nice young guy.
Police say all three died from blunt force trauma. The victims are 77-year-old Audrey Whalen, 51-year-old Michelle Whalen, and 58-year-old Doss Smothers.
You would never thought that that would happen.
Carol said Audrey Whalen had lived in the house since the 80s, and Michelle was her daughter. Carol did not know the man killed.
You wouldn't think something would happen like that out here in the country, you know.
Waymeyer is currently being held in the Breckinridge County Detention Center. He is due back in court on Tuesday. He is charged with murder, tampering with physical evidence, and animal cruelty. In Breckinridge County, with photojournalist Greg Shapker, Katrina Nickel, WDRB News.
This week is peak week. We no longer have peak daily.
This is our parcel sorter machine. It processes approximately 5,000 pieces per hour.
We are busy. We have small packages, we have big packages, but we are here to deliver.
We're projected to process 150,000 pieces tonight. It breaks down the letter size versus flat size versus parcels and does a rough call and then feeds the letter size to a canceller. We're going to be canceling 800,000 pieces tonight of collection mail just from the Louisville area out to the rest of the country. It's a letter sorting machine. It'll sort 32,000 pieces per hour. And we'll sort it to its destination state. We have constant shuttles just moving mail back and forth. Our employees, all 750 of them, that we have, they really care about the customers.
The sooner you get in the Postal Service, the sooner it's going to get out onto its destination.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The Corden staple Butt Drugs, known for its milkshakes and other ice cream treats, is closing its doors this month after 71 years.
What more fun can you get than having a butt shake on a Saturday afternoon?
Pretty soon, the ice cream machines will stop running.
There's not many places like this anymore.
The butt liquor shelves, Butt Drugs mugs, t-shirts, magnets, and actual drugs will be wiped clean.
Butt was the given name, so you make it what it is. You make life what it can be. Have fun with it.
Third-generation owner Katie Butt Beckert notified employees and customers this week of the store's closure.
It was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made.
Butt Beckert says small drug retail stores are slipping through the cracks as insurance companies have reimbursed less and less over the years.
The small independents we can't sustain when we're at their mercy.
And while saying bye-bye to Butt Drugs and final hellos to customers even mid-interview,
the thing of it is, though, hey, Gary,
can feel like a kick in the pants. She's looking in the rear-view mirror with 71 years of endless butt jokes, some even gaining national attention.
They got butt drugs. They love butt drugs.
And celebrating the business her grandfather started in 1952.
Even though this kind of feels like a premeditated funeral, we want to look at it as a celebration of life because there's not too many businesses that have actually been here for 3 generations.
But, and there's always a but, Butt Beckert says a store bearing the Butt last name in the future isn't off the table.
This store will be closed permanently until we find a new idea or something different, a new niche.
And your last chance to walk out the rear door of Butt Drugs will be April 29th. In Corden with photojournalist Greg Shapker, Katrina Nickel, WDRB News.
Hearing that horn and going off the block, taking off. I love the experience.
While there technically isn't an I in team, Adrian Harrison can make the argument there is.
At first it was sort of weird, but now I'm used to it. I just don't let it affect me. I just swim.
The 11th grade academy at Shawnee swimmer is the only student on the team.
I've been swimming for 6 years, so it's pretty normal to me at this point, being alone.
There's a few students in middle school who join him in the pool during practice, but Harrison and his coach are usually solo at high school swim meets and make the most of the time waiting for him to take the block.
He's very sassy, which I love because it makes for a fun practice, makes for a fun meet.
As a team of one of the biggest challenges is only having one competitor during practice. The clock.
Every year I try to reduce my time, I guess, and be the best swimmer I can be.
Before his senior season comes, both Harrison and his coach would love to get more students to dive into the sport of swimming.
I wish that he did have that team support and those people to really lean on and kind of get tips and tricks from. And I think that it's super important to have that confidence boost and have that team building experience.
And Harrison's biggest goal is to make a splash with a relay team.
Anybody can learn how to swim and compete. It's not that hard.
Katrina Nickel, WDRB News.